everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking about our last trip, myself and Sugarberry, to the one-of-a-kind antique mall in Woodstock, Ontario. And last year we did a co-video, a two-parter co-video from our findings at the Woodstock Mall. So today, the first toy that I got from the antique mall comes from the year 1986 from Hasbro, from the classic collection of the G.I. Joes, Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi is well known as a Joe that uses futuristic weapons like his laser rifle. He can use his laser rifle from 2.5 miles away. Sci-Fi is also known to be the Joe that loves conspiracy theories and science fiction, hence the name Sci-Fi, and using the latest technology for weapons. And he's also very good with electronics besides his laser weapons. In the original series, he was in one episode, and that was Arise, Serpentor Rise. They actually got his color scheme wrong. In the show, he was yellow instead of green. For that one episode, he was voiced by Jerry Hauser.
The party was getting out of hand!
It was, Sergeant Slaughter.
A little bit about the toy here. He's in pretty good shape. I don't see any issues at all with the toy itself. There's no real markings at all. That's no scratches. Other than I don't have his accessories. He would have came with a gun, a backpack, and a hose, which goes from the backpack to the gun. Symbolizes his laser gun that takes power from the backpack, as you can see on the screen there. But yeah, no, he comes in good shape. Happy to pick him up. The lowest I could find him on eBay, the cheapest I could find him with just like this was $592 US. The most expensive I could find him was $699.99. That's with the AFA seal of approval. But the highest I could find that wasn't AFA seal of approval was $179.99, and that was still in the package brand.
G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe!
The next toy I got was from the World of the Transformers from Hasbro, from Series 4 of the Generation 1 toy line, Lightspeed. And Lightspeed is part of the giant Computron, which is they're also known as being the Technobots. A little bit about Lightspeed. Lightspeed is considered very good looking for Transformers, and he is fast and he's efficient, and everybody his peers gives him huge amount of respect. But deep down inside, he does not want to be a car. He wants to travel the stars. He wants to transform into a spaceship and just explore, like in Star Trek, to go where no one has gone before. Basically, he wants to explore and go into outer space, according to his bio. But he is a car, and he takes his responsibility seriously, but deep down inside, he really wants to be a spaceship. A fun fact about Lightspeed, he is actually allergic to Energon. Yes, you heard right, Energon. Now you're like, wait, he's a Transformer. Autobots and Decepticons, that's what they use to survive is Energon. And you're right. So when he drinks an Energon cube, for example, he has to put a special lead sulfide additive to his Energon, or if he doesn't, he'll break out in a really bad rust rash. Apparently, that's the case. As mentioned before, he is part of the Technobots. Amongst his other members, they form into the giant called Computron. And the Technobots or Computron were actually built by Grimlock. And Grimlock, he is a T-Rex dinosaur. I do have him just off screen, but he is a T-Rex. If you're not familiar with Transformers, Grimlock is really dumb. He is so dumb. There was an episode where Grimlock becomes a genius and becomes very smart, and he actually builds and creates the Technobots. And so that's how this guy was created in the G1 cartoon show.
Why you think Grimlock's stupid? I, Grimlock, used my rear molars. I I, Grimlock, shall call you the Technobots. Yahoo! It feels great to be a Technobot!
They call me Lightspeed, faster than a speeding photon.
So he pretty much comes with everything you see here. He's in good shape. I mean, he's missing some accessories. I believe he has a toy gun that comes with him, and also the part for the giant. Typically, you can use him like a lot of the combiners back in the G1. Other than a few exceptions, they can all be moved. So it can be a foot or an arm, depending on what you want to do with him. He's in good shape for the most part. The odd sticker is like, oh, on this side the stickers are peeling off. And if you look at the back here, this is where you flip it up. You look here, right here, this is where if you wanted him to put him as an arm, it would flip out and it could connect to the main part of the leader of the Technobots. Unfortunately, I don't have all the Technobots to build into Computron. I only have 2 of them, but I'm hoping to collect more of them. But yeah, like I said, originally he would have came with a gun and the extra parts for the giant. So now, let's transform him. It's pretty simple. First of all, this part here flips up like that, and then push it in first like that, and then up so it covers his head. So that's the back of the car, right? And then if you look at the arms here, you're just gonna flip it back, and that becomes the back wheel. And then flip him around again and do the same thing. He's a little stiff, right? So then flip him around, and then the hood of the car, or his feet, you pull it down like that, and then you push it in, and push in the legs, and then voila, he's in car mode. If you were to buy him on eBay, the cheapest I could find was $11 US, just him. And the most expensive, if you got him in the package, $359.99.
Magnus, look! I've never seen Decepticons as vicious as those monstrous terror guns. Lucky we have the Technobots. Yeah, but those high-tech heroes are in for one horrific battle.
The Transformers, much more than meets the eye.
Out of monstrous Terracon beasts comes the incredible Abominus to battle the fearless and futuristic Computron.
The Transformers,
The Transformers, sold separately from Hasbro.
The next toy coming from the year 1985 from Hasbro, from the world of the Transformers Generation 1. He's an Aerialbot, and he's part of the giant Superion, Skydive. A little bit about Skydive. Skydive is the most skilled aerial fighter on the Autobot team in existence. He'd rather not be part of the war. His character, he'd rather read about it, he'd rather read a book than be out on the front lines and fighting. I mean, makes sense, right? You know, why not just read about it instead of be in it if you didn't have to, right? Risk being damaged by a missile or something. When he is in the battle, he is the most trustworthy guy you can have, and he's the most skilled and experienced as well. As previously mentioned, Skydive is part of the Aerialbots who become Superion the Giant. Unfortunately, I don't have all the Aerialbots. I just have 2 others. Skydive, what can I tell you? Oh yes, in one comic book, the Aerialbots Superion actually joined forces with Optimus Prime into a mega giant called Ultra Prime. Skydive in the North American G1 cartoon appeared in seasons 2, 3, and 4 and was voiced by Laurie Faso. So in Japan, he appeared in the special episode Scrambled City, and he was voiced by Kenshiro Rema. And also, he appeared in the television series The Headmasters in Japan, voiced by Mashiro Sato.
Back home. Well, what do you expect, Slingshot? They're only airplanes, not aerial bots like us.
A little bit about this toy. If you were to got him in the store, he would have came with this, and he would have came with a gun and the extra pieces for the giant as well. He's in pretty good shape. I mean, some of the stickers are kind of fading out, or the paint is like wearing off. You can, I'm not sure you can see that, but you can see the metal in behind, and there's like some dirt or whatever on the front of the nose there. But yeah, not bad shape. I mean, he still works. He's not broken, so I'm happy with him. It looks like he has some wear and tear. It looks like he's been played with, but he's still in good enough shape to be in my collection. And so now I will transform him for you. So first of all, you want to move the cockpit out like that, and then move it up, and then snap in like so, and then you grab the arms, so this one here, flip it down and move it down and in like that, and then do the same here, down and in, and then you just want to push him down and then move the wings out like that, out like that, and then the tail out like that, and then down, and voila, he's in play mode. While looking on eBay, the cheapest I could find him was $4.99 US, and the most expensive I could find brand new in the box, in the Japanese box, $213.25.
Look, the Stunticons! Look, the Aerialbots! Only the Stunticons! Only the Aerialbots have this kind of teamwork. Stunticons attack! Aerialbots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Stunticons. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers, robots in disguise.
Nobody can stop Minosaur except Superior!
Stunticon and Aerialbot gift set sold separately from Hasbro.
The next toy coming from the year 1995 from Series 2 of Iron Man, MODOK. George Tarleton, which was MODOK before he became MODOK, was a brilliant scientist, one of the world's most renowned scientists for people who had psionic powers. And he worked for Russia. He worked for the Soviet Union back in the day. And he worked for a shady character from the Soviet Union, and his name was the Red Ghost. And they both fell in love for the same woman. And well, he lost out, and he was a guinea pig for a project that the Red Ghost was performing. And from that experiment, it made his head huge and his body small. And basically at the end of the experiment and through technology, he became this guy. So he actually needs this technology to survive, and he can, from his head, that's where he shoots out his psionic powers. In toy, it came with a missile. So basically you can put it in his forehead like that, and then if you squeeze his head down, it shoots out. Yeah, it doesn't shoot out that far, but he's in good shape. Another thing about MODOK, he is, in the cartoon, especially in the 90s, he was second command to the Mandarin. And in the comics, they made him more of like a big boss bad guy instead of a henchman. And he was basically takes control of AIM. He runs AIM in some of the comics there as well. So depending on what version, if you prefer the cartoon from the 90s or the comics, he differs a bit. And then if you look at the games, it's also a bit different. Or if you look at the movies, like he was in Ant-Man 3, it was a lot different there as well. He still had the chair and stuff, but his character, he wasn't Russian at all. He was American, and he was the Yellow Jacket, or the original Yellow Jacket, who got sucked into the quantum realm and became this guy.
Welcome back to the quantum realm, Scott.
Darren?
Surprised to see me?
One of the reasons why he worked for the Mandarin so much in the show is because, well, he was loyal to him, but he also was hoping to get a cure because the Mandarin promised that he would find a cure for him, which never actually did happen, at least in the cartoon. The show was canceled after the season 2, so you don't really know what happens after that. But you can see in the show that he was pretty gullible and he would work for the Mandarin because of his illness.
Ask whatever he wishes, my dear friend. What he will receive is another matter entirely. You have thought of everything as usual.
He actually came with everything he originally came with, other than the plastic bubble on the box. Let me show you. I also got this badge, so it basically gives a bio on him as well. And I have the original box here that he came in from the antique mall, which is great, which I was not expecting at all. Just, you know, like in a little bag or whatever, but yeah. And he's in really good shape. He's like never been used. Oh, I just discovered something. What? His missile can be shot from this button. I didn't notice that button before. So let's test it out. So put the missile back in here. And I'm gonna shoot the button. Let's see. Not much better. So looking on eBay, the cheapest I could find was $11.99 US. That's with no accessories. And if you found them in the box brand new, $30 US.
Armor up, Iron Man. Engage interlock mechanics. Armor up, War Machine.
That's particle beam!
Attach front battle computer module.
My brain blast will make scrap metal of you! Not in this lifetime, MODOK! With my rings I rule the land and sea!
Just undersea dome. I'm here to make waves, Mandarin.
Iron Man, War Machine, Hydro Armor Iron Man, and action figures, each sold separately.
The next toy coming from the year 1995 from Iron Man Series 2 from Toy Biz, Iron Man Space Armor. Now Iron Man, as most people nowadays know, he's Tony Stark. He built tons of armors. In the cartoon, he's known as having the Hall of Armors. So this is one of multiple armors. And so this armor is called the Space Armor because it allows him to go into outer space and breathe. Hence the name Space Armor. Sorry, I'm being dramatic. Anyway, it's pretty handy. I'm really happy that when I got him, it was just like MODOK. He came with the original box and all of his armor. So originally you had to push and add the armor onto each part of his body to make it look like the armor, not just, you know, a regular toy, right? And he has a hook here that you can hook on and you can like dangle down. And if you want, you can put, I'm not gonna do it with this guy because, I mean, his vintage, but he's supposed to be able to put his hands on these handles right here. Because in the show, he would do that and he'd press the button and allows him to use his rockets from the back.
Systems go.
He also came with this box. So the seller at Woodstock Mall, for that, he was the same seller of this Iron Man and MODOK and the next toy I'm talking about. They all came with the original boxes, which I thought was great. So I was like, man, I have to get them. And it's hard to find the Iron Man toys with all their armor pieces, right? I have the Hulkbuster armor right over here, but he didn't have any armors. It's from a different seller from, I think, the last time we were at the mall there, which you have to go back and see the video for that. But yeah, he didn't have the armors, but this seller had all the armors, which was great, right? And it was at a really good price too. So, which I was kind of surprised. The cheapest I could find on eBay, just like this, no box, was $14.50. And the most expensive I could find in the same condition was $45 US. Well, looking at the toy, some of the pieces of the armor, the paint has rubbed off, like on the gun here. It's hard to tell because of the flashy color. And also when I was putting the armor pieces on, initially I thought I'm missing a piece. Because if you look at his torso here, where his belly button is, there's a hole there. And I was like, am I missing a piece? So I looked at the back of the box and it shows a picture of what he looks like. And if you can look at the box here, right here, you can see there's no piece that goes there. So he is complete. But at one point I thought he wasn't just because of the hole there. Next toy, the last toy as well, coming from the year 1995, also from Iron Man, Toy Biz Series 2, Subterranean Armor Iron Man. Now, Subterranean Armor Iron Man is used for basically digging. When he needs to dig, like go deep, say into the Earth's core for something or other, he'd use this armor. He has a gun here, but it doesn't shoot out, and he has a drill here. This toy itself, the other one was in better shape because some of the pieces of the armor falls off easily, like the arm and also this piece here, which already fell off a couple times when I'm trying to record this video. And then also there's a couple, like if you look at the leg right here, my finger's in the way, but the right here, there's like a red dot there. So I'm not sure what that was from. It could have been just when they made the mold and it left a red dot. I don't really know. And like the other ones, I got the box as well. So that's really cool. I really liked the seller. I don't remember his name or I would tell you because he was awesome. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I was a huge fan of Iron Man back in the day and still now. So to see this type of deal with all the pieces of the armor is just amazing. I love it. If you were to find them on eBay, the cheapest I could find with just like this, but no box, is $12.99, and brand new was $29.99.